Does 13-year-old Blue Ivy look like she's 25? No one realizes that she has never been allowed to have a real childhood like Rumi. When Blue Ivy recently performed on stage with her mother Beyonce during the Cowboy Carter tour, she frequently changed her looks. At only 13 years old, she wore 5 sets of high-end, custom-made outfits in one night of the premiere. Tasseled leather pants, a corset, and sequined gloves. All these were the treatments that celebrities received.
Things are getting real messy because word on the street is that Beyonce's former plastic surgeon just dropped some serious bombs, and it's got the internet spinning. Allegedly, he's saying Queen Bey has been pressuring Blue Ivy to get plastic surgery so she can look more beautiful. Yep, you heard that right. And folks are shook. People have been dragging Blue's look since she was just a baby, which is wild enough. But now it seems like those harsh comments may have actually gotten to Beyonce. And now the gossip is flying, especially with how people been saying Blue had a major glow up recently. She's been trending for how stunning she looks now. But this surgeon claims it's not all natural. He's out here saying her transformation is the result of cosmetic procedures. And wait for it, he even dropped a list of surgeries that Blue allegedly has lined up for the future. Talk about jaw-dropping.
No 13-year-old of mine is gonna be doing all of this in front of no grown. I don't give a talking. I don't give a you ain't doing it. Do that you grown or old enough to do it. So yes, Lil Beyonce, go ahead, because later on, she's just training y'all next in line, because Beyonce 40-something. How long she gonna shake that like J-Lo? Because they got to. You're a puppy. They get mad because I say that, and then they say this and say that. Girl, your mother is Beyonce. They got billions of dollars. She can do a lot of that little girl. That little girl could be influential somewhere, talking about real good things, mental health, stuff with children. She's only 13. Ain't nothing wrong with a 13-year-old.
Let's break this down because it's getting out of control. Blue Ivy's looks have been under a microscope from the second she was born. As Beyonce's firstborn, the comparisons to her mom were instant, and social media didn't hold back. Platforms like Twitter and Instagram were flooded with cruel takes, with people dissecting everything about her appearance, her nose, her lips, even her hair. Yeah, there were fans defending her, but let's be honest, a lot of folks were flat out mean. And some moments were just straight up nasty. One of the worst times, when Blue was still just a toddler and people were already attacking her natural hair. It was sick. They called it uncombed. Like, really? And it wasn't just random trolls either. Even saucy Santana got caught in the mess. A fan once tweeted, "I just want to be like Blue Ivy," and Santana had the nerve to reply, nappy-headed, like, seriously? Who says that about a kid? That backlash still haunts him today? Santana didn't stop there. He once tweeted, "I'm sorry, but Northwest clears Blue Ivy. Have several seats." And that mess went viral fast. But when people called him out years later, instead of apologizing, he doubled down on it. He clapped back saying, "Fake woke B words. People don't care about old tweets. The internet has this weird thing with power, thinking they can cancel someone." Then he added, "Newsflash, you don't. Y'all be thinking you have someone by the balls over situations you don't even care about." The attitude was wild. Instead of letting Blue Ivy just be a regular kid, people kept treating her like she had to live up to some insane legacy. It wasn't even just about her appearance anymore. Folks were obsessed with whether she could match Beyonce's entire image. That's a heavy load for a child to carry. Beyonce's seen as one of the ultimate beauty icons in the game, and the pressure on Blue to measure up was constant. As she got older, things didn't calm down. They got even more intense. The focus shifted to her outfits, her red carpet looks, and how she walked into events. People started watching her every move, judging her confidence, her style, her posture, like she was a celebrity in her own right, not a young girl still growing up. And then the memes kicked in. Viral posts started comparing her features side by side with both Beyonce and Jay-Z, all silently throwing shade with the same question. Did she get the right genes? It was subtle, but the message hit hard. The internet kept picking apart her hair, her nose, her skin, all through this messed up Eurocentric lens that totally ignored the fact that she's a young black girl with her own identity. And now there's even more heat because gossip blogs and blind items are throwing around serious claims about how Beyonce and even Tina Knowles are micromanaging Blue's image like it's a brand. The internet's buzzing and it's starting to look like this might be deeper than we thought. The rumors are heating up. And this time, Tina Knowles is getting dragged into the mix. Word is, both Tina and Beyonce are allegedly frustrated that Blue Ivy doesn't look enough like Beyonce. And insiders claim this has been a quiet issue behind the scenes for years. The whispers say Blue's glam team goes above and beyond before every public appearance, working extra hard to soften her features so she fits the family image. Some sources are even taking it a step further, saying Beyonce's team might already be setting things up for a future nose job once Blue gets older. That's right. People are claiming that her look is being carefully sculpted to match the brand's beauty standards down the line. Whether that's real or not, it's wild that this kind of pressure is even being whispered about a young girl. A recent blind item really stirred the pot. It called the Carters one of the most image-obsessed families in the business and dropped major claims about Blue Ivy, saying she's already feeling the weight of being the heir to a billion-dollar dynasty. She's had the red carpet moments, the Grammys, and the front row seats to Beyonce's stardom. But behind all the glam, insiders say there's real tension the public never sees.
The kids even have Grammys. Like, they don't sing yet. They don't sing.
Right.
They don't rap yet. And they already have Grammys and shit. So it's like they give them this trophy so we secure that they're coming.
Allegedly, both Beyonce and Tina, the so-called Queen Mama and Grandma matriarch, are disappointed that Blue didn't inherit more of her mother's face card. Instead, she's said to be the spitting image of Jay-Z. And some folks behind the scenes aren't exactly thrilled about that. The glam team is rumored to be constantly working overtime to tweak and smooth out her look for events or social media drops. Even more concerning, word is that Blue Ivy herself is becoming hyper-aware of what the public says about her appearance. At her age, she's already feeling that pressure. And that's the part that's got people talking the most. Allegedly, Blue Ivy's been reading the comments, and insiders claim it's starting to get to her. The blind item said she's been reaching for makeup earlier than most kids, trying to shift her image. Less of her dad's twin, more like Beyonce's mini-me. People close to the situation say there's a whole long-term image game plan already in motion. And yep, nose job rumors have been floated around for when she's older. That's what has everyone stunned. Behind the curtain, Beyonce, aka Mama Bear, is allegedly working overtime to set Blue up as the next superstar, whether she's ready for it or not. It's giving major legacy pressure vibes. And some folks are saying, what's a billion-dollar brand without a perfectly polished heir? But not everyone's buying into this narrative. Some are straight up calling it toxic. Fans and supporters have been pushing back hard, saying the way people and the industry treat Blue Ivy is way out of line. They're not just mad at the rumors, they're furious about how often her looks are picked apart like she's not even a kid anymore. People are saying all this plastic surgery speculation and nitpicking could actually damage her mental health in the long run. And it's not just about appearance either. More and more people are noticing how fast Blue's been pushed into adult roles, from her bold makeup looks to her stage outfits and choreographed dance routines. For someone so young, she's constantly surrounded by grown-up expectations. Even Tokyo Toni, yes, Tokyo Toni, jumped in, calling out Beyonce for allegedly putting Blue in situations that might not be healthy for a child. She's raising questions about whether Blue's being made to grow up way too fast. And let's be real, if Tokyo Toni's telling you to slow down on parenting decisions, that's saying a lot. Blue Ivy's story might not be totally unique. A lot of celeb kids get hit with heavy attention, but what makes her situation different is how extreme and non-stop the spotlight has been. From the moment she was born, she's been under this constant wave of unrealistic expectations and crazy speculation, whether it's about her looks, her future, or how she measures up to her famous parents. And this isn't just random internet noise. It ties directly into the bigger machine of Hollywood, where image and reputation start shaping people's lives before they even get a chance to grow up. For Blue, that pressure is cranked up to the max because of who her mom is. Beyonce's brand is so tightly controlled, so polished, that anyone connected to her, especially her own daughter, ends up caught in that same high-stakes game. That connection between Beyonce's legacy and the expectations placed on Blue Ivy is a major reason why the scrutiny never stops. Blue isn't just growing up, she's growing up inside a brand. And with Beyonce being one of the most image-watched celebs in the world, every little thing about Blue gets amplified. Nothing goes unnoticed. Not her hair, not her facial features, not even how she walks onto a stage. Beyonce herself has always been under a microscope too, especially when it comes to how she fits into the beauty standards of the entertainment industry. Over the years, critics have pointed out how her straightened hair, lighter skin tone, and glam choices seem to align with Eurocentric beauty ideals. Some folks say this isn't just a personal style thing. They claim it's a reflection of a bigger issue in the industry, where certain features get praised while others get erased. This convo isn't new, but it exploded again during Beyonce's Renaissance era. People swore her skin looked way lighter than usual, and that sparked a whole new wave of rumors, including skin bleaching accusations. The internet went off and things got so wild that Tina Knowles had to step in publicly to shut it all down. She denied everything and defended her daughter hard, but by then, the damage was already done. The whole situation just shows how deep these image expectations run, and how they don't stop at Beyonce. They extend all the way to Blue. But just when you think the heat might cool off, it only gets messier, because now more insiders are coming forward claiming that Blue Ivy is being groomed for fame, not just raised in it. And there's a big difference. Behind all the red carpets and designer outfits, sources are whispering that every move Blue makes is part of a bigger strategy. Not her choice, but a carefully managed rollout plan straight from Team Knowles Carter. Allegedly, everything from her choreography to her speaking voice is being coached. Some say she's got media training already locked in, stylists on standby, and even vocal coaches lined up. Not for fun, but for business. The goal? To mold her into the perfect next-gen superstar. But here's the thing, critics are asking if she ever got the chance to say no. It's also sparking a bigger convo about how celebrity kids are used to keep the brand alive, like legacy mascots. And for someone like Blue Ivy, whose parents are global icons, that kind of pressure hits different. There's no room to fail, no space to be awkward, no time to be a regular kid. It's full glam, full spotlight, all the time. And while fans love seeing her win awards and take center stage, others are starting to question if it's all a little too performative. Like, is this really Blue Ivy's dream? Or is she just another carefully packaged piece of the Carter empire? Even her social media presence, which is mostly controlled by her team, feels calculated. Photos are perfectly curated. Captions are clean and brand safe. There's no room for messy moments, no goofy kid energy, no teenage chaos, just polished perfection. And that's what has people raising eyebrows. Because when a child's identity starts to feel more like a brand extension than a person, it blurs the line between opportunity and exploitation. And with Blue Ivy, that line's getting harder to see. And just when folks thought it couldn't get any more intense, insiders are now claiming that Blue Ivy's entire lifestyle is under lockdown, monitored, and managed like she's in a high-stakes PR campaign 24/7. Sources say there are strict rules in place for who she can be seen with, what she can wear, and even what she says in public. Every outing is planned, every photo is approved, every word practiced. Allegedly, she's not allowed to interact with just anybody, even at school or industry events. Everything has to match the image, from her friends to the activities she's involved in. Some say she's surrounded by handlers constantly, with even casual moments being turned into promotional opportunities. It's giving full-on corporate princess vibes. And the money behind all this? Insane. We're talking millions invested into stylists, personal glam teams, brand consultants, all for a child who's still finding her place in the world. Some insiders are whispering that Blue already has endorsement deals being lined up for when she hits her mid-teens, turning her into a walking empire before she even has a driver's license. At the same time, fans are torn. On one hand, people love to see her thriving, wearing luxury fits and standing confidently on stage next to her superstar mom. But on the other hand, more voices are starting to ask, what's the cost? Because while it may look fabulous on the surface, there's a deeper concern. What happens when the cameras turn off? Is Blue happy behind all the glam? Does she feel like she has control over her own life? Or is she just playing a role that's already been written for her? And that's the scary part, The more curated her life becomes, the harder it is to know who Blue Ivy really is beneath all the branding. She might be living the dream, but it's not clear whose dream she's living. So let's talk about that moment when Tina Knowles clapped back online. And she did not hold back. She wrote, she does a film called Renaissance where the whole theme is silver. Silver hair, silver carpet, suggested silver attire. And you bozos decide that she's trying to be a white woman and bleaching her skin? Duh! She wore silver hair to match her silver dress as a fashion statement. Clown. Whew! She said what she said. Tina went on to defend Beyonce's character hard, saying her daughter minds her business, lifts up others, and always puts black women and underdogs at the forefront. But no matter how powerful that message is, the scrutiny hasn't stopped. And now it's clearly spilling over to Blue Ivy. The public doesn't treat her like a regular kid. They treat her like a walking extension of Beyonce's brand, with all the same pressure and expectations. Every time Blue steps out, the comparisons come rushing back. Beyonce's long straight hair, her skin tone, those have quietly become a standard. And since Blue looks more like Jay-Z, people act like she's somehow falling short. It's cruel and unfair, especially when you realize that Jay-Z himself has been clowned for his looks in the media for years. That stigma doesn't just disappear, it gets projected right onto his daughter. And now the latest claims from that surgeon. Allegedly, Beyonce and Tina are trying to reshape Blue's appearance to look less like her father. Behind the glam, behind the curated social posts, there's reportedly a mission to steer Blue Ivy's image in a whole new direction. And whether folks want to admit it or not, Hollywood has a long, messy history with this stuff. Kids getting work done isn't shocking anymore in that world. Remember, Bella Hadid allegedly got a nose job at just 14. And don't even get started on all the fillers, tweaks, and preventative treatments going around in elite circles. What sounds extreme to us is just another Tuesday in the land of fame. And for someone like Blue Ivy, born into that spotlight, it's starting to feel like nothing is off the table. So yeah, as wild as it sounds, this kind of stuff does happen. Word on the streets is that a lot of celebrity parents allegedly push their kids into getting work done early, way before their features naturally settle. That way, when the glow up hits, they can just say it was puberty or growing into their face. But behind the scenes, it's a whole strategy. And now rumors are saying Beyonce and Mama Tina might be taking that same route with Blue Ivy, all in the name of keeping the legacy flawless and securing the next big bag. Like that blind item said, it's less about parenting and more about business. It's sad though, because when a child's identity is shaped by pressure, image control, and surgery plans before they're even grown, where's the space for them to just be themselves? This isn't just gossip. It opens up a bigger conversation about how much control these celebrity families really have and how far they're willing to go for the brand. But hey, that's just what's buzzing right now. And I really want to hear what you think. Do you believe these rumors? Do you think Blue Ivy is being pushed too far? Or is this just how Hollywood works? Drop your thoughts down in the comments and let's get into it. And before you go, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the next wild story we're about to drop. Hit that notification bell so you always stay in the loop with the latest celebrity drama, behind-the-scenes tea, and jaw-dropping revelations. And if you're still in the mood for more messy celeb scandals, go ahead and click that next video on your screen. It's packed with even more shocking stories you won't believe. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Catch you in the next one.